In this video, I will cover the fundamentals of Stoicism, the arguments for and against it, and many of the main Stoic philosophers. Firstly, what are the fundamental beliefs of Stoicism? Stoicism teaches that being overly emotional and easily upset leads to no progress being made, and therefore you should realize that there are some things wholly out of your control, and instead of focusing on those things, focus on the things which are in your control. Stoic philosophers believe that this will allow you to exert a greater control over your own life, as you will not be worrying constantly over all the things that could go wrong. This is the primary principle of Stoicism, but it also teaches discipline and self-control. Now, what were some of the great Stoic philosophers throughout history? Firstly, Epictetus. Epictetus was a slave in Rome and Greece, but despite this very difficult and disadvantageous position, he was able to help his position greatly. Instead of complaining and being miserable about how he was enslaved and oppressed, he did everything he could to make the best out of his situation. He would eventually be freed towards the later part of his life, and would live the rest of his life in freedom. Another example of one of the Stoics was Zeno. Zeno was a wealthy merchant who owned many ships. However, one such ship, which just so happened to be the one bearing all of his money at the time, was sunk, and all of his money was lost with the ship. Many people would be miserable, at least a bit disheartened by this unfortunate occurrence, but not Zeno. Zeno knew that the storm was completely out of his control, and that he could have done nothing to stop the events from taking place. And so he accepted this situation and went on to found his own school of Stoic philosophy. I could keep giving examples for a very long time, but I will stop now, as I think you get an idea already of what types of people the Stoics were and what they believed and did. If you're wondering why Marcus Aurelius was not included here, it is because I already have a video about him. So if you want to learn more about Marcus Aurelius in particular, you can watch that video. Now, I will move on to the arguments for and against Stoicism. The arguments for it are pretty obvious. Firstly, most people do not enjoy being miserable, so Stoicism offers a great alternative of them accepting events whilst trying to do their best to change them. These, alongside the messages of discipline and self-control, are all ideas that are pretty difficult to disagree with. However, there are some very good arguments against it. Many people I have debated this with often make a reasonably strong argument that Stoicism can lead to a loss of humanity due to a loss of emotions. It is also often argued that it may lead to attempts to block out emotion. I could now make this video into a lengthy philosophy essay, but that is not the topic of this video. If you want to see a lengthy philosophy essay on this topic, or any other topic within reason for that matter, please do comment, and I may make an essay about your comment. This has been our video on Stoicism. There will be more videos coming very soon. For now, Valete et Ave SPQR!